Hi everyone, it's Shannon from StampendouslyShannon. I just wanted to come on today to do a planner flip through. So this is part two of the video that showed everything that was included with this special celebration item. So if you join a Stampin' Up! Demonstrators team during celebration, which is upcoming in July, you will receive this darling planner. And it also comes with page inserts and stickers and stamps, and all of the details about that are in a video on my channel. So you can watch that video, and that's kind of part one to this. And I decided to make it a two-part because I wanted to show how I've used my Stampin' Up! Stamps in the past to make my own planner pages. But the video was getting too long, so insert part two. So this is not a Stampin' Up! Planner, but it is very similar to the one that they have provided with the new kit that's coming out for new demonstrators in July. So basically this is what I have used. Stampin' Up! Has not offered a planner for a little while now. And so this will be their first upcoming, and hopefully this will really kick off and they'll add this kind of to their inventory, including new page inserts and different things that you can do with your binder and whatnot. So to start us off, this is the inside kind of front flap of my planner, and I mentioned how I kind of use my flaps here. So this is the one that Stampin' Up! Has provided, and I mentioned you could put a notebook here that they also provide for you as part of this kit, but you could also put business cards and all sorts of other things in these little pockets, and this is also a pocket here too. So how I use my pockets, because I do use my planner for my personal life, for school, for work, and also for Stampin' Up! So this is kind of like my master planner. I have a few different planners that I use, but this is the master planner. Everything that is happening goes into this one book, and then I have other planners that kind of focus on specific things. So I have some stamps and some address labels and some business cards, and then I just keep some cute little, decorative items in here. So I have a little tree paper clip, a little scripture magnet that was given to me by as a gift by a friend, and then I have just some other little, my Minnie Mouse ears and whatnot. And then inside of this flap, these are just some extra pieces from a paper pumpkin kit actually that I thought, oh my gosh, those would be so cute for planner related things. And then I always keep some stickers just in case I need to mark something off really quick. And then this adorable little notebook here too that's just full of grocery lists and other little things that I'm scared to forget. So I picked out some very awesome spreads, like my favorite spreads, and the spreads in which I used Stampin' Up! Products. So I thought we could just walk through them. So this is actually my third time actually recording this video. The first time my phone randomly deleted the video, so I had to do it again. And the second time I realized as I was going through and editing that there were some personal things that I didn't necessarily want to be putting on the internet. So what I have done is, if there's these yellow strips, these are not part of the planner design. These are just to kind of protect my anonymity a little bit. So just ignore those. And some of them are more, this one actually kind of goes with it. It's kind of in this, highlighter yellow kind of esque vibe. But there are some where it's almost obnoxious. So just ignore that yellow. It's just to, again, protect some of my personal information, because I do use this for personal planning. So as you can see, I always do kind of a mix of stickers and stamps, as well as, some washi tape and things like that. So not all of these products are Stampin' Up! Products, but a lot of them are. And all of the ink and all of the stamps are Stampin' Up! But the stickers are not, and some of the washi tape is, and some of the washi tape is not. And what I will say is that since this was from the last year, some of these Stampin' Up! Stamp sets have retired. So if you're interested in knowing what the names of these stamp sets are, so that you can either find them online, or try to ask a friend, or ask your local demonstrator if they might have an extra stamp set, just let me know. And I'm happy to kind of itemize which stamp sets I use. I'll try to tell you which ones are available still, because there are a few that have kind of maintained in Stampin' Up's inventory. This one is not one of them. This is actually a Celebration item from last Celebration. And it came with these adorable pineapples, this is not Monstera, but the fern kind of leaves. I almost called it Monstera. And then we have just some, gorgeous kind of design here. So I also have this sticker, and you'll see this on a couple of other places. So I do stickers in two ways. So there is actual sticker paper that you can actually purchase that sticker paper from, a craft store and just stamp directly onto it and then cut it out. Or the way that I tend to do it is I use an adhesive sheet from Stampin' Up, and then I just simply place a piece of basic white cardstock over it, and then I stamp and then cut out. And that's the way I have been doing it. Multiple reasons, because I think I can make exactly the amount of sticker sheet I need, so I don't have to buy a huge pack of sticker sheets and then store those sticker sheets and then have that only allotted for sticker sheets. So this way I can have my basic white cardstock and use only the amount of adhesive sheet that I need, which I think in the long run will probably save money, but also it's also utilizing supplies that I already have. So I already have all of those things on hand. So when I run out of sticker paper, this is the way to go for me. And also, again, I really like Stampin' Up products, and I think that in my opinion, I think that they're very superior. So I like to use my Stampin' Up products as much as possible. So that's this spread. So then let's go to our next one. So I always do the weeks. Sometimes I do the months. So this was one where I did do the months, and you can see I do have a few stickers, but I've lined the bottom with some Stampin' Up DSP. Let me move it up just a little. Stampin' Up DSP here at the bottom, and this was for February, so it was definitely a more of a love kind of theme. And then we did these robots, which are also no longer available, but it was the Nuts About You, or maybe Nuts and Bolts About You stamp set. So very, very cute little stamp set here. And then let's flip to our next one. So this is actually not a planner page itself. It doesn't actually function to do planning, but for me it serves as like a reminder page. And this is Stampin' Up DSP with die cuts from, I think it's the stitched rectangles, which I think are still available in the annual catalog. And then the Playful Alphabet, which are not available in the annual catalog, but I absolutely love these letters. So I think as long as I have the dies, I will probably be using those dies. I think they're fantastic. But this is a piece of also retired Stampin' Up DSP, and I have a special little tool that will create the pages to be exactly fitting in these rings. And you can get those tools from just a regular craft store. But the greatest thing about Stampin' Up DSP is that it's double-sided. So on this side, I created a self-care page for me, but then I have this other beautiful side, which I could also decorate, or I could just leave it. And that's what I chose to do here, is just to leave it. It just adds a lot of beautiful color. And for me, I think it's really happy. So as I'm flipping through, I like seeing both sides of that. And this DSP was particularly and exceptionally beautiful. So it worked out perfect. And I use a lot of my retired DSPs for planner pages. So I have some picture pages in the front, which I won't be showing today. And I just put a piece of DSP in between them to kind of give them a little bit of space, basically, and create like a background for them. And then another piece of Stampin' Up DSP with the big bold letters, the Playful Alphabet letters, and then just a plain backside as well. All right, and then flipping to our next one, same situation here. We have our spring break spreads. This was for spring break, and it obviously we have the big Playful Alphabet letters. So again, this is something that I really like to do. I like to make these little designs and make it, again, functional for me. And then next, this was, I forget what the name of the stamp set was, but it was the actual like refill kit for this. This was a big kit, like maybe a suite. I don't know if it was a suite, but it might have been a suite. But it was playful or Cactus Medley refill kit, I think, and we still had it in stock actually. A couple of maybe a couple of weeks ago. So I'm not sure if it's still in stock now. But what I will say is this was one of my favorite spreads and probably one of the first spreads that I really like. Oh my gosh, I love that so much. But you can see that I used the paper, and I use a lot of strips and like scraps for this paper. And typically in a horizontal planner, so this is considered a horizontal planner, the days go this way, and a vertical planner, the days go this way. So you'd have Monday as a column, Tuesday as a column, Wednesday as a column. And for this is horizontal, so it goes Monday across, Tuesday across, Wednesday across. So I like to do strips on the sides a lot because I think it adds a lot of color, but it also doesn't take up as much space on the day. So down here, Sunday, I don't usually have a ton of stuff going on Sunday. So I have just kind of a bigger chunk at the bottom here, and that's okay for this particular spread. But sometimes I'll avoid doing that if I know I have a lot of things going on. And you will rarely see me do it on Wednesday because I always have a lot of stuff going on Wednesday. So I usually do these vertical strips, but again, sometimes I kind of pair it with a horizontal strip or two. And then I stamped off the page a little bit so I can get some of this like peeking out effect. And I do kind of that throughout the planner for sure. And you can see I have my habit tracker here, so I track how much water I've drank, or how many days I go on a walk. No spending, so whether or not I spent anything that day, and then just various other little things. And you will see if you watch the first part of this video that there are these little tiny stickers that I have in the planner, and Stampin' Up! In their kit actually provides some of those stickers. So they have like an airplane. I think they have like a pin, like when you drop a pin for location. They have a present and a birthday cake, I think. Maybe a sneaker. A couple of other things, maybe a party hat and things like that. So I use those kinds of stickers a lot. So you can see like this one here is like I'm cleaning the house that day, or this one here is for we were going on a vacation, so I needed to know what this, or I put this little sticker here to kind of decorate it up to show that I was making vacation reservations that day. And then again, just please remember that this is not part of that spread, just to protect some of my privacy. And then this is another one of my favorite spreads, and you can see here I did do it all the way across, which I do love the way that looks. And again, on this Wednesday I didn't have a lot going on, so it worked for me. And sometimes I'll do it anyways, and then I'll just really write tiny in order to get everything on the pages. So you can see that this was what it would look like together. This is a retired set, but it was with, it had crocodiles and frogs and fish. It was an adorable set. And I like to stamp little sentiments too, so I will find things that kind of not necessarily match the week, but You Crock My World is like a very kind of like a generic thing, so it would look really great on a card or even in a stamp or a scrapbook, but it works for a planner too. So I put You Crock My World, and you'll see that I have some sentiments kind of sprout. Oh snap, because the crocodile snaps. So there's lots of cute little sayings, and that's one of the reasons I love certain Stampin' Up! Sets, because I can see, I can use that for scrapbooking, and I can use it for cards, but I can also use it for my planner. And most of the retired sets that I use most often, so I have, of course, lots of retired stamp sets. The ones that I tend to go back for are the ones that I use in my planner. So for me, those are really life-lasting stamp sets. Those are ones I use a lot. And you can see here again, I made this little sticker of the coffee cup because it was an exam, so I knew it was going to need some coffee. But this is just using that basic white with the adhesive sheet. And then, again, here's another month spread. This is using the Sweet as a Peach bundle. So you can see I did the stippling technique on the peaches, and then I did this layering down here at the bottom. So the way that my monthly spreads work is that there's a big section down here for notes and goals and things. So I actually just covered all of that up with beautiful paper. Sometimes I'll use it, sometimes I won't. And in this particular case, I did not need it. So I went ahead and just covered it up with some beautiful paper. And again, this is a great way to use up teensy tiny scraps. This is about the size, well, probably like this, where the peach paper is. That's about the size of scrap that I save. If it's any smaller than that, I may or may not save it. If it's white, I probably, like just basic white, I will probably save it because I can use it for a sentence. But if it's like designer series paper, I typically don't save that if it's smaller than that. So this is like the perfect size, I think, for planners. It doesn't take up too much room. But again, that's my opinion and the opinion according to me. And then we have our, I forget what the stamp set is called, but it was like space, and it has, puppies and a little girl. I think it had a little boy too, but obviously I identify as a girl, so I put a little girl in my planner. And then I use this alcohol ink piece here. So this is a from a project that I had done earlier that year. And so I had found this little scrap, and I was like, oh my gosh, to me it also looks, I use it as water, but to me it also looks kind of like space. You know what I mean? It has like the blobs and so anyways, and it's blue, so I put it in there. I thought it was really cute. And then we have the another piece of DSP up here at the top to look like stars. And then just kind of filled it in. And again, this one, it has a lot of stamps, but it also has stickers. And I feel like even when I use my stamps, I feel like I tend to do maybe 50% stamps, 50% stickers, or something in that realm. If I have a lot of time to do planner stuff, if I am really interested in doing planner stuff and that week, then I usually use my stamps. If I have just a little bit of time and I want to make my planner look pretty for the week, then I will use mostly stickers. And if I have like no time, I may not do anything. I may just like write in pencil or write in pen, and hope for the best, and maybe put stickers as I go along the week. But this particular week, it looks like I had a lot of time to make some beautiful spreads. And you can see I have like my little washing machine down here. So this was laundry day that week. We had a dinner date with probably some friends. Trash days, when I always mark that in my planner. So even if you feel like the Stampin' Up! Kit is meant for current demonstrators and new demonstrators, and it's meant to help you kind of organize your business. But you can absolutely use this for your personal life, for your work life if you also have another job outside of Stampin' Up! And you can also use it for just monitoring different things. So you could use it as like almost like a habit tracker. So you could use it for projects that you want to get done around the house or in the yard. You could use it to track your chores or make schedules and lists and all sorts of things. So just because it's maybe meant to work as for your demonstration business, for your Stampin' Up! Business, it doesn't necessarily have to be. And what I will say is that the Stampin' Up! Planning Kit is part of a join promotion, as I mentioned. But just because you've joined Stampin' Up! Does not mean that you have to make videos or that you have to host parties. There are two different types of demonstrators. There are demonstrators who try to run Stampin' Up! As their business and do it as their job. Or at least maybe like a part-time job, which is what I do. So I like to make videos, and I like to show people all the fun things about Stampin' Up! And I love Stampin' Up!, so I really like to share what I love. But there are also people who join to get the promotion for that time period. So you could join, get the promotion for this, and then you get a discount for a certain number of months, and then there's no risk really. You don't have to pay any money back or any of that kind of stuff. It's you join, you become a demonstrator for I think 3 months, and then you can just kind of phase out if you don't want to do it anymore. And then there are like limits and things like that, and that's part of the process. But if you're interested in any of that, I can definitely talk to you about what that process looks like. But for me, when I was first joining, I was really nervous. I didn't want to have to recruit people, and I didn't want to have to, pay a bunch of money up front or, even make videos. At the time when I first started, I did not want to make videos. And so, of course, your business can kind of evolve as you go, but also you don't have to do any of that. If you decide, if you know what you want and you don't want to do any of this, then feel free to, you can still join, get the promotion, get the planner, and then never have to do anything like this. You can just get a great discount. So moving on, that was a huge segue. Thanks for sticking with me. This is the Campology Stamp Set. So I did light pink, and this is probably shaded spruce, but it might be garden green actually. And so I did like a green spread, and you can see I did, this is the Forever Fern paper from a while ago, and just did vertical strips like I mentioned I like to do. And then I just stamped at different intervals here. So I did one a little bit lower, one a little bit higher to make it look more like a tree line. And then again, just use some boxes. I try to pick boxes that kind of match. So this was woodsy and campy related because it's obviously the Campology Stamp Set. So I actually chose to put some little froggies and things on there. And I think these are actually Disney stickers. They're from the Princess and the Frog. So we have Tiana, and then these little frogs when she's a frog, and then Miko from Pocahontas. So yeah, and then moving on, we have, this is from the Mountain Air Stamp Set. And you can see I did some die cuts. So I made this into a sticker here. So I stamped it, I die cut it, and then put that adhesive sheet on the back before I die cutted it. Yeah, and then just some beautiful trees, like a border outline kind of thing along the day here. And then let's see what's our next one. And then this is the Love You More Than, and actually, real quick, this one is still available. Mountain Air Stamp Set is still available. Campology is still available in the annual catalog. Same thing with Mountain Air in the annual catalog. This is no longer available. And yeah, I think that's it. Oh, you know what? We might have missed one. We might have missed these little hot dogs here. So this is retired. Hot dogs are retired. This was one of my favorite spreads for a really long time. Just has these little puppies on it. And again, just some DSP here. Yeah, beautiful. And then the Love You More Than set. This is also available in the annual catalog. So I just did cookies along the bottom. Again, some more stickers. And yeah, this is a die cut here, or a punch, actually. It's not even a die cut. It's well, I guess it is a die cut from a punch, from the double part punch pack. And then these are dies from the Love You More Than dies. So these dies are actually really great. So it says Love You More Than, so they're all separate words. And then they have other words like cookies and cocktails, and I think they had a couple of other words too. But anyway, just super cute little stamps and die set. And again, it makes for a really super cute spread. So our next one, I do not remember what the stamp set is called. It was part of the last holiday mini catalog. So it was July through December 2021. And it was, I think it's You Measure Up maybe. Because it's all like mixing bowls and cupcakes and whatnot. So I put some bowls along the bottom, and then we have this bowl up here at the top, and this one is a sticker, this is a sticker, and this whole thing here is also a sticker, and this is a sticker too. So I made all of these stickers using the Stampin' Up! Basic white cardstock with the adhesive sheet. We have our habit trackers. You can see I didn't use this one that week. That's too bad. But I did use my water and my nose bend. And one thing I will say, you can kind of see the, let me put it in frame here for you. So you can kind of see that this stamp here bled through the page a little bit. So that doesn't really bother me. You can see it right here too. So what I will say is this week was before this week. So I'm not really probably going to flip back to this too much. But if that does bother you, you can always plan for that the following week. So if you already have a spread on this side, you can, just make sure that you're putting the darker colored stamps, like the darker inks, like underneath something like this, so that if it does bleed through, you have something covering it up anyways, or behind a sticker. But it doesn't really bother me too bad, especially it's pretty light right here. Like this one would probably bother me a little bit more than this one, but also the color kind of blends right in with this. It's all pinks on this page, so maybe if it was like green, maybe that would bug me a little bit. But it doesn't really bother me too much on this one, again, because it's the opposite week. If it was the reverse, maybe I would mind it a little bit more. But yeah, I just use these to kind of like the stickers and the placement of stamps. I just do it kind of strategically so that if I do know that there's going to be bleed through, then I can try to cover it up. The other thing is, let me flip back to the space one. So I used blends on this page, and they did bleed through. So the Stampin' Blends pens will bleed through your pages, most likely. Again, I haven't tried them on the Stampin' Up paper, like the inserts that Stampin' Up has provided with their planner. So just something to be cognizant of. So if we continue on here, let's see, I think we were at our, I think this is the one we were on. So we were doing Nuts About You here. So this is this adorable little squirrel set. And this was the maybe the second week of October. So this October stamp is from A Day to Remember. So they have all of the different months. And actually what I did, which I think I might have shown in the first part of this video, is I actually spliced up, did stamp surgery and cut all of the numbers apart, and that is what I use to stamp my dates. And when I do stamp my dates, sometimes I just write the dates and sometimes I stamp them. So in this particular case, I decided to stamp them, and they have all the months too, which is awesome. So we have October, and then we have some cute little branches, and then these squirrels are all the stickers that that are handmade from the basic white cardstock and the adhesive sheet. And you can see these other little stickers too. Then we have some fall leaves falling down. So very, very cute. And this is probably one of my favorite spreads now. Definitely could have put in some additional, DSP, but sometimes it's okay just like this. But anyways, I actually flipped this stamp, I think, upside down to get the branches to bend different ways as well. So that's something that you can do. Again, this is actually another one of those stamps that I stamped on the sticker paper and then actually just cut it in half, so that way I could put him upside down and make him look like a cute little squirrel peeking through. So if we keep going here, we've got another October spread for Halloween. And this one is definitely 50-50. So we have about 50% stamps and about 50%, well, I guess probably like 30% stamps and really 70% stickers. Lots of stickers on this particular month here. But you could see that they're really complementary to each other. So just because you want to use stickers or want to use stamps doesn't mean you can't use both at the same time. So again, kind of 50-50. It depends on how much time I have. And then let's see. Looks like we have two more to do. So then there's this one. And this is the it's the deer stamp set. It's the stamp set that was in the last year's holiday catalog, so the July through December 2021 mini catalog, and then it actually moved into the annual catalog. And let me, you know what, it comes with a punch, and I'm trying to think of what it's called. Oh, here it is. Oh my gosh, that was perfect. I opened right up to it. Peaceful Deer. So kind of, I said the deer stamp set, so that's pretty close. So this is the Peaceful Deer. It's on page 42. So this stamp set is still available, and it does come with a punch, and that punch is fantastic. And there was a complimentary stamp set too in the spring catalog, and that one may or may not still be available. I haven't checked yet. Right now it's, as supplies last. So some of the things from the last mini catalog are still available, and some of them are not. And it's just, again, until supplies last. So that one may be available for you to purchase. I'm not sure. But this deer set certainly is. And it's really cute. So it does come with little antlers. Of course, I think deer lose their antlers in the winter. I'm not really sure, though, to be honest. But yeah, so you can make a little male reindeer or just have them as deer. So these are all females today. But you do see we have this little bunny here, and these are trees from that stamp set as well. And you can see right here, I very cleverly hid something in the background. So this is what I mean by, like, I strategically will place stamps. So I strategically placed this darker green color over the stamp that was bleeding through from the other side. And then lots of, stickers, habit trackers, and things like that. And then just little notes about what we were doing that day and what was going on. So I think this was actually the day that we brought up our Christmas tree. And this is a sticker, but I do think that there is a very similar stamp that will be coming out soon in the new July through December mini catalog. I just want to say holiday catalog, but July through December mini catalog is what it's technically called. Yeah, so that's that. And then for the last page here, this was a bucket list for 2021. For Christmas specifically. So this was actually a celebration stamp set. So what I did was I just stamped a whole bunch of red shaded spruce and real red boxes from this celebration stamp set. So it just made them these cute little, kind of like hand-drawn squares. And I just cut them out as best I could with a pair of scissors because there was no die. And then I just wrote down the things that I wanted to get done for Christmas and things that we do to celebrate Christmas every year. And then I just put the date from the date that we did them, and more specifically if there was anything else with them. So we decorated the house on December 1st of 2021. And this is just a cute little way to make sure that I get to all the things that I'm hoping to get to for that season. So again, this is a super fun little way. I've seen people do this for. I also did it for tracking our my Christmas spending. So for shopping and budgeting and tracking what I got everybody, so that way I didn't accidentally put a gift in a closet and it get lost, and 3 months later I find it and have to give them either 3 month late Christmas gift or repurpose it for another holiday, so because I forgot about it. So definitely I think that there's some functionality to these, but also it's just kind of cute, you know what I mean. I love this, and unfortunately we didn't get to do a lot of these things, and maybe we did. I think I'm pretty sure I baked cookies at some point, but I didn't bake cookies specifically for Christmas, I don't think. We had some stuff that came up and we weren't able to get all these things done, but even by not putting the dates in here, I know I can remember at that point that, like, oh my gosh, I had a really crazy busy season this season. So something to kind of serve as a memory as well. And that is that. So if you have any questions about how you can kind of design your planner pages, or what planning is kind of all about, please feel free to reach out to me. If you have any questions about either receiving an annual catalog or the upcoming mini catalog, I am absolutely happy to answer those questions and or to send you one of those. And then lastly, if you have any questions about the Making Plans kit that is being offered as part of that Celebration Join promotion, feel free to reach out to me. Thanks so much for coming through my flip through.